he's on down the road. Come on, he's on down the road.
After a nearly 50-year hiatus, The Wiz has eased its way back to Broadway, bringing with it an all-star cast, including Wayne Brady and Deborah Cox.
I've wanted to do The Wiz forever.
I just knew in my spirit that this was a very special project.
It was author L. Frank Baum who originally transported readers to the Land of Oz in the early 1900s, his children's story later sparking movie magic with Judy Garland as Dorothy. But it was in the 1970s that the tale was re-envisioned and The Wiz was born, both on stage and in the movies.
I forget how old I was when the movie landed. The Wiz. What's this? What? And that's Diana Ross. Okay, no Diana Ross. That's Michael Jackson. That's Nipsey Russell from all the game shows. It was the first time that I saw a whole cast that looked like me. I went, oh, and I sat up and I watched and went, so I can do that. I'd only watched musicals before as a lover of music, but that day I went, I can do that? Okay, I think I want to do that.
What made you want to return to Broadway, The Wiz?
After reading the script and hearing the music and seeing the creative team, it was a no-brainer. I was nervous at first to be like, man, reimagining a role that has been so distinct is very, very tough. But I dove into it. I just tried to find my own truth, my own spirit and energy to the role. I wanted Glinda to not just show the maternal, serious, loving side. I wanted her to be fun and fantastical and magical and inspirational all at the same time.
Along for the journey, Broadway newcomer Nichelle Lewis, cast as Dorothy. She was discovered on TikTok.
I started TikTok like last year because I was going through a period of not having work, like many actors do. And so I was just like, okay, let me see if I give myself 1 year to just like really push and put myself out anywhere I can. There was a video of me singing Home.
Appropriate.
Right, exactly. And I had on that video like basically my whole backstory. I really didn't even think of myself as a singer until I was about like 10 years old. My father had passed away and they asked me to do a tribute for him in church. And I sang the song My Help. And I just remember everyone crying. I feel like my Dorothy is kind of like I was when I lost my father, except she's lost both her parents. And I think for her, this whole journey of going through Oz and trying to get to Emerald City and all of this, I think she kind of realizes at the end, I had what it took all along to heal myself. I think that she realized she always had the heart and the courage and the knowledge, the wisdom. And I think for her, when she sings Home, that's like the final moment where she's gluing it all together. So,
do you ever think of your father when you're singing that song?
Every night.
It's beautiful to just see how she's grown and made this role of Dorothy even more complex. And to do that, in the 23, 24, like, it's pretty impressive.
The original stage version of The Wiz back in 1975 won 7 Tony Awards, including Best Musical. While there are similarities to The Wizard of Oz, this journey along that iconic yellow brick road is infused with one of the greatest scores written for the stage. The current revival comes under the direction of Shelley Williams, who is also the co-director of The Notebook.
When Shelley called me herself, she said, "No, Wayne, I really would love for you to do this." And I've been dying to work with Shelley. She's been a friend for a few years, and I'm an admirer. and love her and what she stands for. I get to support my sister being the second Black woman to open a musical on Broadway.
Which is huge.
Which is huge.
One of my favorite things about seeing this production is that overture starts and we in the audience just start having a good time. What's that like, hearing this music backstage while you're waiting to take your big entrance?
It's like a hit parade of my childhood.
Yeah.
And now I'm listening to the words with a different ear versus being a 10-year-old boy being a 51-year-old man who's lived life. This show resonates with me a lot differently. And the music hits me in a different way.
We are part of something so special. We get to carry the torch, and that is a privilege.
I was there on your opening night. I loved the speech that Shelley gave on stage, saying that, all of you as a company stand on the shoulders of these titans of the musical stage. And so many of them were in the room.
It was really humbling to be in the room with the originals.
That doesn't always happen.
No, it doesn't always happen. And, it's been 50 years. So it's wonderful that we were able to share this experience and do it in front of the people who made this show iconic.
It's something I'll never forget. I mean, getting to meet Stephanie Mills, I did not think it was going to happen so soon.
What'd she say to you?
She said that I am so proud of you. You've made Dorothy your own.
My adrenaline was through the roof because I knew who was in the audience. I know that Andre DeShields is watching me sing. Did
you hear from Andre after?
He's so cool and so poised. And when he looks at you, and he took a second and he's like, oh man, that was beautiful. Everything you did on that stage was beautiful. When we first did this, we weren't allowed to be beautiful. That hit me so hard.
You just gave me chills. Wow.
That I will, and I'll take that with me for the rest of my life.
I feel a lot of gratitude to just be sharing this experience, not only for me, but for my own family, my own children. This is a classic. This is a legacy that we are leading, and they've passed on the baton.
Thank you for watching our YouTube channel. For more stories in your communities, click the subscribe button right here. You can also download our app or watch us on TV for the latest information, balanced coverage, weather updates every 10 minutes, and more. We'll see you then.